So I must be needing some new evapor rust because it's not taking care of this rust here that's on it. So I'm going to try using some of these little wire wheels. I could use the bigger grinder wheel that I have right here, but I don't know if I'll be able to get like these little corners, so maybe something smaller would be better. Alright. I don't know if this was originally, steel color or if it was like painted black, or that was oxidation or something. I've gotten most of the rust off. I'm going to try to just stick it in the evapor rust because I'm having a hard time getting into these little corners here. So I let it soak overnight in evapor rust. There's still some rust spots on here. I've been trying to scrape them out. They're in there pretty good. This side turned out okay. So most of the rust is gone. So I'll put some oil on it. I know this thing's going to get wet because it's going to be out in salt water, so I'll coat it with some of that fluid film. Hopefully that'll protect it some. So I was trying to figure out how I was going to pound these back in, because if I put them in the vise or anything on here, it's going to scrape the paint off. So I basically stood a 2x4 up on end and gently tapped them in. There is a little bit of daylight you can see between these two and this one. Thinking when I tighten down the screws it might draw it in more. I didn't really know any other way other than putting like a socket here and using a C-clamp to try to push it in, but then I'm going to have to repaint this area again, so I'm hoping that when I tighten it down it'll just draw these heads in. And dummy me, I was so focused on getting these things in without marring up the paint, I have to have the head in place when I'm putting these things back in. So I got one out and I just need to get the other two out. Well, they went actually in a little easier. After I banged them out, I was able to scrape the paint that had built up on those little ridges that keep these bolts in place. So let's finish her up. I did mar it up just a little bit right there. So you can see where these jaws had like the little nip taken out. They don't totally close right here, as you can see a little bit of the daylight there, but it might be strong enough to cut. If not, I believe I was looking online, you can still find these heads. So if this doesn't work out, you just always get them a new head. But otherwise, let me just get some more oil on this and I'll show you both of them. Forgot a step I was going to do. I want to put a little dab of this fast setting epoxy down in on the handles. They don't, they slide on pretty easy. They will pull off if you tug on them, but I think if I just put a little dab on the inside, it might help keep it more in place. Putting it down inside so that it doesn't get up on the handle itself. Let me move this out of the way. Well, they're in a lot better shape than when I originally got them. I don't know how well these will hold up on a boat, but once we get the fluid film on there, hopefully it'll protect them just a little bit. And like I said, hopefully when he's cutting the hooks, he'll be cutting down here because that little notch that's taken out of there. Well, thanks for watching. If you liked it, please like and subscribe.